bathroom break. Our next speaker is actually one of our own. He has worked at ASCE now for 4 years as a computer programmer. And prior to coming to ASCE, he has worked on various federal projects, and he has also been a banker and a teacher. Born in the beautiful Himalayan country of Nepal, everyone please welcome Ashish Khanal.
What is your plan for today evening? Thinking about some delicious dinner with your family? Or going to your favorite restaurants with your friends? Or a happy hour with your colleague? What about tomorrow and next week? Are you busy with your work stuff? Or driving somewhere out of town? Or going to attend some parties? What about next year, next 5 years, and next 10 years? Now most of you may be thinking about your career plan. Some of you may be thinking growth in your career. Some of you may be thinking about changing the career. And some of you may be thinking about the retirement. Some of you may be thinking about your personal stuff, family-related matter, about your marriage, about your kids, about your grandkids. And some of you may be thinking about your properties, mortgage, buying a new house, or buying a new car. And some of you may be thinking like I think. If you ask me what is my plan for upcoming years, I want to visit at least one country every year. This year I'm planning to travel to Japan. Next year I'm thinking Europe, and Australia is next in line. I'm not sure I'll succeed in my plan or not, but that's in my mind. Similarly, all of you have something in your mind. You have some thought about your future, and you dream about your future. And you hope to fulfill those dreams. And you make plans according to those hopes and dreams. Our future is always beautiful in our dreams, because none of us will dream about our miserable future. We want to make our future more better than now. We hope for the best, and we make our plans according to our interest, our hobbies, and according to our dreams. We live our life based on those dreams, those hopes, and those plans. What if you already know that your dream is never going to be fulfilled? What if you already know that your plans doesn't make any sense? What if you already know that your life is not going to change in next 5 years or 10 years? What if you already know that you are not going to do any job? You already know that you are not going to fall in love. You already know that you are not going to your favorite place for vacation or anywhere you want to go. What if you have to spend the rest of your life inside a house? How does it sound? It sounds depressing, right? I know. We even don't want to think about that in our life. But there are people in the world who are living that life. One of them was my uncle. He was just like you and me when he was born. He was born in 1963, just as a normal baby. He used to go to school with his friends, play around, just like regular kids. Everything was normal till his high school days. The misfortune began when he was 15 years old. He had got some eye issues, and gradually he started losing his vision, and he became completely blind after a few years. At the same time, he got other health issues, like he got asthma and some respiratory problems. At the same time, he started gaining weight, and after a few years, he became unable to do physical activities like sports or running or harder physical activities. His parents tried their best for the treatment, but nothing worked. And he had to spend the rest of his life inside a house, especially inside a room where he used to live. As I was part of his family, I got opportunity to meet him frequently. He was with very sharp brain and with good memory. He had a very good general knowledge. At that time when there was no Google and no Wikipedia, he was our Google. Whenever I have any questions related to politics, geography, history, or sports, he used to answer those questions immediately like Google does these days. And he spent his life inside the house, and he died at the age of 49. Whenever I meet him, I didn't see him very sad or depressed. He was like us. He was like normal. And I always used to wonder what is motivating him to live that normal life. I used to think if I am in that situation, I would be depressed. But he was like normal. So I analyzed his life, and I analyzed his interests and hobbies. I noticed two things in his life are helping him to live a normal life and forget about his conditions. One of them was festivals. Being a part of Nepalese Hindu family and living together with very religious parents, he got an opportunity to celebrate and follow those festivals very seriously and sincerely. We already know all the festivals have their own way of celebration. It has its own flavor. Like here we do Thanksgiving, Halloween, Christmas, everything. Every festival has its own way of celebration. Like Halloween, we decorate our house with scary stuff. We do trick and treat. In Thanksgiving, we eat good food with the family. And in Christmas, we decorate our house with Christmas trees, ornaments, and light our house. Similarly, there also they do different activities during different festivals, which helped him to plan for the next month. When one festival is gone, he can think about next festival. And those festivals also became part of his life. Another thing I noticed in his life was sports. Although he couldn't play any games because of his physical conditions, but he used to like sports. Being inside a house, he had two friends other than his parents. One was television and another was radio. Out of these two, radio was his best friend. You know why? Radio programs are designed for listening, not for watching. So he used to listen everything that comes in radio and TV, all the programs including news, music, movies, or anything, whatever he can listen there, he used to listen. And his favorite was sports. The good thing about a sports event is almost every year there is some kind of sports event going on around the globe. He used to listen any kind of sports news that he can get. It may be soccer, it may be badminton, it may be basketball, or it may be golf, anything, or even boxing. So he used to follow all those sports events in his radio and TV. And these sports events have different phases like quarterfinal, semi-final, final. So he can think for the next month, for the next stage of is planning. If his favorite team wins, he can become happy. If favorite team loses, he can become sad. And those sports events also became part of his life. According to Buddha, what you think, that you become. Those events were part of his life, and he also became part of those events. That's how he was living comfortably as a normal person, forgetting all about his conditions. So, even when in life there is nothing, there is always something. Thank you.